he arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
Yup. Come on with it. All right. So appreciate everybody, man. It was on the Streamlabs side. The system crashed, what have you. So what we got here is we're just going to kick back up right where I started, well, right where I left off at. Appreciate all y'all, man, so much for your patience here. Yeah, man, it just froze up on me on the lab side though, but appreciate y'all, man, for y'all patience with everything.
Right here, and you go. Watch him put him on skates.
Watch
like
this right
this
here.
Is the power you want. He takes him right off the screen here. Bam.
See,
like you just punch him and you drive him and you run with him.
See that punch and drive right there was everything. So what I'm saying here is basically, for those who are on the other side before I guess accidentally got off of it, this right here, ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to be easy moving from right to left, and it's going to be some growing pains. You got to understand that that's just going to be parts of it.
I'm doing it right. I'm letting him get first team reps, and if it's not good enough, plan B is to move Tyler Smith. That would be the Brian Broaddus way of handling things. The last time they listened to me was 2005. So I'm just saying what I would do, but that's my safety net right now. That, okay, but I am not going to let the coach tell me that, well, we've got to work him in. No. We're throwing him in the deep end of the pool. I am not going to watch Chuma Edoga play left tackle, unless it's second or third team work. Just not.
Man, so thank God. Me and Brian brought us on the same page. This is my first time listening to his complete thoughts of that. This would be a scenario whereas Chuma Edoga, to me, look, there's no ill wills toward Chuma Edoga, right? But what I'm saying is, if there's a situation whereas you got to start the season off at left tackle with Chuma, don't do yourself like that. Don't do it. Don't do yourself like that. Don't do yourself like that. I would prefer them to pick up the phone and call David Bakhtiari. I'm like, hey, David and them, man, hey, what's going on? I know you've been injury prone too, like Tyron Smith, but we got these Tyron days that we used to give him. What about the Bakhtiari days? Man, we give you those, So I would prefer that opposed to us just going out there week 1 and week 2, week 3, because we playing against some good edge rushers week 1, 2, and 3. And to the 4, we playing some good edge rushers all throughout those weeks. And the first thing edge rush is going to do is sniff out. They're going to be looking for somebody, you know what I'm saying, that they can gobble up and eat up to get to the quarterback. Yeah. And the craziest thing of it all, how this season is looking for us right now heading into Oxnard, the uncertainty that we may have on a few players, believe it or not, I need for my offense. I really do need for my offense to save the defense for the first few weeks. I do. I need for my offense to save the defense for the first few weeks so that installments and complications can be all leveled, right? I get it. We all optimistic on how we look at things as it relates to this particular team, but in actuality, we got to make sure that things are things that can be tangible, meaning that I know for sure this particular offense, ladies and gentlemen, is a situation whereas last season we had the installments, we had all of that going, and it really wasn't where we wanted to until week 6 and 7. So the other side of that, I think Calvin Watkins, he reported that the priority list as far as these contracts is now upon CeeDee Lamb's camp. I'm with the mindset and I'm with the thought tracks that, CeeDee Lamb is a dynamic wide receiver, right? And I'm always with the mindset you got to pay your mortgage first. You got to figure out ways to get your mortgage in there first before you pay your light bill, your water bill. Well, CeeDee Lamb is good. Let me put it this way. CeeDee Lamb greatness and goods are predicated upon the quarterback that's at play. Jay says, can America afford the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl because nobody is going to work on parade day? I mean, America, shoot, we need all type of stimulus, man. Inflation is at its all-time high, right? You know, the people collectively are working more hours with less pay, and groceries and gas is at its all-time high. So yeah, man, we need some type of celebratory moments to get some of that stuff down. And when we look at everything, sports supposed to be able to cover up some of those ill feelings of, man, we're in a terrible time during these time frames, right? Sports does that, believe it or not. So it is what it is. CD will be playing week 1. Yeah, Mario. Look, we all talk about this and that, skipping out and heading away from practice as far as training camps. But it's a different world, ladies and gentlemen, to get fined camp checks. But them game checks, they hit different. And CeeDee Lamb, we like Lamb, but he haven't made it like that. You know what I'm saying? To miss out on some game day checks. You know, he ain't that well off. You know, shout out to the Lambs. You know, he got more money than I can see right now and count. But he ain't that well off to say, well, I'm going to miss week 1, week 2, and then you got to think about the other things that it hurts his stats and his records and stuff. But the difference is between him holding out and what Emmitt Smith did. Emmitt Smith didn't have a contract, right? Say what you want. He didn't have a contract. He said he was a free agent, basically. His contract lapsed. So he said he wasn't holding out. They didn't have no contract on paper. Well, Lamb is under a contract right now, right? I think $17 to $18 million. And this goes back to what we were saying, that the Cowboys operate out of comfort. There's no sense of urgency. It's a privilege to play here. They look at this like, dude, we signed your 5th-year option. We gave you $17.5 million. You never seen that much money. You should be satisfied. You should be happy to come out here and work and play for this money and wear the silver and blue, because this wouldn't be awarded to you if you didn't play here, you know, and all of the other things that you got going on. So, yeah. So that's why they look at it differently. Whereas if this was any other team, let's say, for example, and I'm using this only as an example, let's say you sitting back and there's a owner, then there's the general manager, and his subordinates or what have you. How this supposed to be is the owner sitting back and he picks up his phone and say, what the hell is going on? Why is this man not signed yet? What's going on? You see, that's how the system supposed to be. The owner applies the pressure to the general manager, and the general manager got to be on the phone with the agents and all of the other people working out the deal. Whereas you miss all of that because there's no applied pressure from that particular owner to the general manager. They all within one. Yeah. So there's no sense of urgency. Right now, the owner for another team is sitting there thinking like, hey, because that's what's going on in Eagles land. Who's the owner over there in Eagles? Who's the general manager? Is Howie, right? What's the owner name? I only know his name. But he picks up the phone and say, Howie, what the hell is going on in between the sheets in my home? No, but he said, what is going on? What is going on with the AJ and them? What you mean you can't get Jalen Hurts signed? He just took us to the Super Bowl, right? That's how it goes. Apply pressure, you know. That's just how it goes. Oh, Jeff Lurie, they appreciate you, Italian. Shoot, forgot his name. Jeff Lurie gets on the phone and say, Howie, hey, what's going on? What you mean you can't get Dallas Goedert signed? I'm looking for results. I think that if Jerry really want to really be the head boss, the final boss, if he could just sit back, hell, hire me as the general manager. I'll be out there. Hey, man, I got to get this deal done, man. I can't go to bed tonight, man. I'm trying to sign this deal, man. I guarantee you, man, if we get these type of guys on the team, then we going to win this playoff game. I got my name out here, man. If we don't win this playoff game, I'm going to be looking for another house. The kids got private schools, you know. I don't have time to sip on no Johnny Walker Blue. I'm up, man. What you doing up this late at night? Trying to get these contracts together. I'm trying to figure out how Zach Martin can have a soft landing. I'm trying to figure out if there's a fool out there. There's a fool every minute. I'm trying to figure out if there's a fool out there who will give me something in return for D-Law. Yeah. Why you want to get rid of D-Law? That's a long tooth, and he's on the last year of his contract. And I got to lobby, and I got to make sure that there's a team out there that's struggling against the run, that I'm trying to get something that can help me out down the line. That's what real general managers are supposed to be able to do. Yeah. So it's just what it is. CJ, if you still watching the Eagles or 49ers, you know, shout out to you, CJ. Pay everyone fair and let's get back to some football. Yeah, unlucky. That's the whole point of it, right? Is to figure out ways that you can get back to it. And there's others. I'm just using the Eagles for an example, right? I think the Rams does a wonderful job. Whoever the owner to general manager there, you know, they do a real good job. They foresee into the future, and they say, hey, we got to get what one of their elements from last season was DB play, right? So what they did, they went and re-solidified the defensive line. They went to also re-solidify their defensive backs. They made sure that they tie up all of the loose ends over there in Rams land. So, and they looked into running back. So that's what you're supposed to do. Look far down the line. Baltimore too, yeah, Italian. Like, for example, and I appreciate everybody for tuning back in. For example, those who pretty much like Baltimore and what they do, they've been drafting pretty well. They had weak spots at their linebacker. The first thing they did was a year removed now. Let's go get a Roquan, right? We can all argue that, damn, they didn't have no issues with their running back room. But they said, you know what, let's go out there and get a 1,000-yard back who we got a decent offensive line with, and he fits the mold. He fits the mentality that we like to bring to the table. There was no, hey, man, he's old. Hey, man, look what he did at the Titans. They look at it like, shoot, if he was doing that at the Titans and they're not as good as we are, shoot, what if we have him on our side, right? That's what teams supposed to do. They're supposed to look into things just like the Lion King. Yeah, just like the Lion King. Who remember the Lion King? Yeah, Timon and Pumbaa. They was out there in the wilderness, and they saw that little lion cub. And at first they were scared, like, oh, no, it's going to eat us, man, if he grow up. And then one of them, I forgot which one it was, he said, shoot, if we train him, work with him, then he'll be on our side, you know? Shoot. Yeah. So he'll be on our side, you know? So this is how you got to look at things. You got to look far down the line. You can't look at the moment for where they are at now. You look at it and say, okay, that's how acquisitions works. Train him and watch him, and he will be on our side. Ain't that right? Come on with it. C-Bass said he watched that with his daughter last night. Yeah. That was a very pivotal moment. They could have let the crows or whoever the buzzards to eat him up. They said, look, let's save him. Let's train him up. We'll teach him our ways, and he'll be on our side. You know, and had a friend for life. So now, week 3, we'll find out whether or not Derrick Henry was a good move or a bad move. But the Ravens didn't figure out and say, hey, man, you know, he's washed up. No, he had potentials. He's a double-digit touchdown guy. Hey, we don't really need help at this spot. But, hey, if we get him, he'll be on our side. We don't want him to go to the 49ers, or we don't want him to go to a team that's in our division. We don't want him to go to the Houston Texans or something like that. We'll get him, and we'll just work with him, and he'll be on our side. We don't have to worry about him still forming us no more. Right? Yeah, that would be good, CJ. Aaron Donald out there, you know, he out here doing it. He got a ring and he looking at them paychecks, man. Aaron Donald, truth be told, he don't like to do all of this training camp stuff. Yeah. So it is what it is, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. But I want to give a shout out to our sponsors of this video. Shout out and salute to Prize Picks. You can be in the mix. Download Prize Picks. 100% of your deposit match up to $100 will be applied to you. And with Prize Picks, you can also be an ambassador. Let me show you right quick. With Prize Picks, when you're in the mix, 25 could be on you when you use Prize Picks. Share it to a friend, and you can be part of the ambassador plan. Come on with it, baby. So download Prize Picks. Use promo code LAW so that you can be in the mix. And with Prize Picks, they also have MLB. They have the NBA season long picks where you can go more or less. And they got all of those things going. They got soccer. They got the MLB live right now. And they got a whole bunch of other things. The NFL. You can go with your Prize Picks with them as well. And believe it or not, MMA is in there too. So download Prize Picks. Use promo code LAW. And you'll be in the mix. Appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in for these type of episodes. Wednesday, they have a presser. I should be heading out on Wednesday night to Oxnard, California. I appreciate all of y'all support. I thank y'all for your help and your love and adulations. There are plenty of content creators out here in this particular space. And speaking of one, I like Kevin Gray. He gave a shout out to most of those content creators out there. There's For the Media, and then there are the new media ones. But he got Calvin Watkins, Clarence Hill, Voice of the Star, John Machota, Todd Archer, Jane Slater, David Hellman, Nick Harris. That's an all-star team. You got Aisha Chess. You got Hutchinson. That's Nicole. You got Christy, Bobby Belt, Vance Lombardi, Scott Walker. I think this guy's, Mauricio Rodriguez, RJ. Let me show y'all all of the people that he got listed here. Brian Broadersfoot's the king. In no particular order, James Yates. Law Nation, that's me. Boss Cowboy Sports, Cowboy Fan Talk, Mike Fisher. He got Jay Tuck. He got, who this is, Savannah. You know, he got her, Sad Yourself, Nick Eatman, Kyle Yeomans, Mr. Fourth and Long himself, Jesse, Jeffrey, Isaiah Standback, and Tom Downey. Let me see who else he got. He got a whole list of people, man. Let me see where Tom Downey. You got Tony and them. You got Brittany Bowen. Appreciate her. Sam Gannon. I like that name. Jeff. You got Newey Scruggs, Mike Leslie, and Pat Doney, and Mike Eagle, and Mark Holmes. Let's put Mark Holmes in there, man. He left out Mark Holmes, but he got a long list of people, man, that do this Cowboys content creations. Go to my Twitter page or X app page and follow those individuals there, and you'll be updated with all of the Cowboys content. Please, Stephen Carroll, send me your address, as well as Spock, Can You Save Me? Send me your address. I got something for you guys. Appreciate everybody, man, for jumping in. E2 Blue and DMV Fanatic. See, the list is long. And Dak Attack, man. Shout out to my guy Dak Attack. He's one of the new Cowboys content creators he's not doing a good job. Let Dak Attack know that he's not doing a good job at all, ladies and gentlemen. He's not. He's not doing a good job, y'all. He's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. Appreciate y'all. As we depart, shout out to your action. Let's get it. You know, Law, I seen your story on Facebook and you owe me a copyrighted saying of a different version. Law, can I get paid? Riggs, I don't know, man. Action Power. I don't know. What's you saying, Riggs? But as we depart, ladies and gentlemen, the true test of time is where you hold your feet at. Most will say, hey, man, you know, the Cowboys, you guys say the same thing over and over again every year. What we supposed to say when you're in support of something? What we supposed to do when you are in strong support of something? That we're not going to make it? Nah. Thou shalt decree a thing and it shall be established. Manifestation is a real thing. You know, everything in this room that I'm in was once thought of, right? And then they put it to works. So let's put these things to work, baby. Let's focus on the things that we can control and the right turtle. One day at a time. Brick by brick, we stacking these things together. Motivation is the true heart, soul, and sinew of anybody's mindset. Got to be motivated to do that. Even when you are down. Even, and I mean just that, even when its clouds are gray and the rain is falling upon thy head and you can't see, but you got to keep moving. What if I told you that you learn more when you're down in the valley, when you're out, when nothing seems as if though it's working? But you got to keep moving. Don't stay still. Don't stay still. Keep moving. Conception is reality. I like that, Will. Mindset is everything. Right? Mindset. What is your mindset heading into this off season? The uncertainty. The unknown. The will to step out. The craziest thing, there's people watching me right now that like to keep everything connected and keep everything safe and secure. But what is faith? They say without it, it's impossible to please God, right? Taking a leap of faith. Meaning that, hey, regardless of how delusional you may think that the opposite or the outside party may think of you, but having that faith to start your own business, having that faith to step out and walk, not into traffic, but into the pathway of your dream, is unbelievable. That's when the doors of opportunities and blessings fall upon you. When you're blind enough to walk by faith, crippled enough to lean on him, and crazy enough to know that he will make a way out of no way. Let me touch somebody's soul right now. I'm not speaking to you, I'm speaking to the inner you. Greatness is inside of all of us. We are all winners. We won the ultimate race to get here. We beat out billions and billions of our other counterparts, right? Yeah. So listen properly. Rewind this. Play it over and over again. It's not over until I win. Yeah. They say if you try to fall, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. So yeah, we're looking up. Yes, sir. So listen properly. Write this down. Apply it to your heart, soul, and sinew of your mind. Open up new dimensions. Over and over again. Tap into that third eye. Be reborn with them centuries. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither poverty or famish or fame or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of almighty Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening. I had a guy to reach out to me, and he said, Law, I wear this bullet around my neck. It's a chain that he had, because this is the bullet that I had in the chamber that I was going to squeeze to end myself, but predicated upon your message, upon what your words did for me. You don't have to share this story, the picture of me, but I just want you to let people know the next time you're live that I'm here and I'm standing tall, or not at all, because of you, Law Nation, because of you. So be careful what you say to people. You never know, you're helping out the next man. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. Remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, baby.
Give me that theme music.
Hey. Come on. I will say that thing 1,000,000 times over if I can help one other person out. Come on with it, baby. Let's get it. Hey, lately I just wanna run it up.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah.
Come on with it. Appreciate y'all. Lately I just wanna run it up. Shout out to you, Sarge. I know there was others out there with your support. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Let's continue to grind and shine, baby. Shout out to you, Def King. Shout out to you, So Over It. CJ. Come on.
I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Rabbit now. I'm with A, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal.
Happy Monday to you all.
I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check the song.
If you don't like Law Nation, come on, baby.
Count that too. Count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Until next time, if we offended anyone, charge it to our heads, not our hearts. DC for life. Be sure to rewind to the other episode. This was kind of chopped in half, but I really appreciate you guys so much for your support. Let's get it. Hey.
Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too.
Until next time, DC for life.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up.